Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our presentation on the KU Certificate Clearance Portal website. This project has been developed as a part of our database and web design sessional course CSC 4154 under the guidance of our respected teacher Aminul Islam sir, Assistant Professor CSC Discipline, Khulna University. We are a group of 3 students from the EC discipline. I am Bhulanat Bala and my teammates are Abir Hassan and Amit Pal. Outline. Before jumping into the main parts, here is a quick overlook at what we will cover today. First, I will introduce the problem we tackled and given an overview of the system. Then, we will move on the database design and implementation. After that, we will talk about the benefits, challenges we faced, and finally, some ideas for future improvements and the conclusion. Introduction. So, what is the KU Certificate Clearance Portal? It is a role-based web application that simplifies and digitizes the student clearance process at Khulna University. Students can submit their clearance application online and check the status easily. At the same time, different authorities like Librarian, Hall Provost, Head, and DSA can review and approve requests step by step. Once the final approval, students can collect their certificate from the university administration. Problem and solution. Now let me explain why we need this portal. The existing process is fully manual. Students need to go from office to office getting signature one by one. There is no system to track the process and sometimes forms get lost or delayed. Our solution is a web-based portal accessible to both student and approved. Role-based login system to differentiate student and authority access. Student can submit application and track approval status in real time. Authorities can approve in order. Provides a centralized and transparent workflow with full accountability. This makes the whole process organized, fast, and transparent. System overview, core functionality. Our portal offers the following key features: role based authentication. The student and each authority see different dashboard. Online certificate application. Student can fill out and submit their certificate clearance forms digitally. Sequential approval workflow. Applications are approved in a fixed order. Real-time status tracking. Student can monitor the progress of the application at each approval stage. View details functionality. Both student and authorities can view full form details at any time. Dynamic approval interface. Authorities can approve option only when it's their turn to take action. User-friendly web interface. Clean and responsive UI built with HTML, Tailwind CSS, and Vue.js. Smooth integration with Django backend. Secure data handling and efficient communication between frontend and backend. The goal was to make it easy to use both the student and for the authorities. System overview. Technology stack. In terms of technology, we used Django or Python as our backend framework to manage data and user roles. Vue.js and Tailwind CSS with HTML for the content that gives us a responsive and modern UI. The database is SQLite 3, which was perfect for our application needs. And finally, we deployed the project on AWS, which gives us stable performance and uptime. We made sure the tech stack was lightweight, scalable, and easy to maintain. Now I would like to hand over the presentation to Amit Pal, who will explain the database design and implementation part of our project. Thank you.
Thank you, Bholanat Bala, for this introduction. Hello everyone, I am Amit Pal. Now let's continue to our presentation with our user roles. Our system supports 5 types of users: students, librarian, hall provost, head of discipline, and DSA. Students can submit and track certificate clearance forms. Librarian is the first level authority who verifies dues. Hall provost approves after librarian clearance. Head of disciplines ensure academic records are cleared. DSA final approval authority before certificate release. Each user sees only what their role permits, ensuring accountability and secure data access. ER diagram. Our ER diagram visually represents the system's structure. Key entities includes user, student, teacher, form and approval. The relationship between these entities helps us build a normalized and efficient database. For example, one student can submit many forms, but each form processed through the required approval stages only once. Relationship overview. Here are some important relationships. Our user may become a student, teacher or a librarian. A form is submitted by one student and approved by multiple authorities. Payments are tied to a student and their form. Teachers hold roles like head, provost and DSA and are linked to approval stages. This structure provides both flexibility and strict control over the process. Login and role-based dashboard. The login system uses Django's secure authentication. After logging in, students are redirected to their dashboard where they can fill and submit a form. Authorities see pending approvals and can approve with a single click, but only when it's their turn. All interfaces are role-based, clean and mobile-friendly. Student dashboard. In the student dashboard, the student sees the application status and a form to apply for the clearance. The form includes hall name, degree, credits earned, CGPA and last exam date. Once submitted, the form enters the approval chain and updates automatically at each steps. Authority dashboard. Each authority roles sees only the forms waiting for their approval. For example, the provost won't see any form until the librarian has approved it. This keeps the process organized and prevents premature actions. Approval workflow. The approval sequence is students, librarian, provost, head and then DSA. After each step, the next authority is notified. This ensures clarity, accountability and prevents unauthorized access. The student also get a notification after all the steps are done and accepted. Real-time tracking and security. Once approved, the student's dashboard updates immediately. Color-coded indicators like green for approval, red for pending gives visual clarity. All data is securely stored in SQLite database and user roles are strictly enforced. Now I will hand over the presentation to Abir Hassan, who will describe the impact, challenges and future improvements. Thank you.
Thank you, Amit. Now let's talk about the real benefits this portal brings, not just as a project, but in real life use. For students, the process becomes much easier. They don't need to visit different offices again and again. They can simply log in from home, submit the form and track its status anytime from any device. They also get real-time updates. Students don't have to wonder about their form's status. They can simply check the live progress bar to see exactly which stage it's at. For university staff, it's equally helpful. Each person sees only the forms they need to approve with a clean dashboard. Just review and click approve, no paper, no confusion. This system saves time, reduces mistakes and avoids lost forms. It supports a faster, paperless and transparent system that benefits everyone. Challenges and solutions. Building this portal was not easy. We faced a few challenges. First, making different dashboards for each role was tricky. We had to carefully control what each user can see and do. Second, we wanted the status to update instantly. So we used Vue.js and Axios to connect the frontend and backend smoothly. Third, we need proper validation. Students enter details like CGP and credits. So we had to check everything was correct before allowing submission. Lastly, we had to make sure the approval order was strictly followed. For example, the head shouldn't see a form until the provost approves it. Solving these issues help make the system more secure and user friendly. In conclusion, the KU Certificate Clearance Portal is a smart solution for a common problem. It replaces a slow manual process with a fast and digital one. Students stay informed, authorities save time, and the university moves one step closer to full digitalization. The system is also scalable. With small changes, it can be used by other departments or even other universities. Future improvements. While our system works well, we have thought of some future upgrades, like autofill student info from the university database to save the time, email notifications for each approval stage to keep users updated, a mobile app version for easier access, an admin dashboard to track progress and delays, and finally a downloadable digitally signed certificates. These features will make the portal even more useful and complete. That brings us the end of our presentation. We hope you now understand how this portal solves a real problem with a simple smart solution. Thank you for your time and attention. Thank you everyone.